So the next crazy plan that I'm on with, obviously you've seen that we took a couple of the beams out of the ceiling and rearranged them to give us a little bit of extra height. I thought I'd do the same with the floor. So I'm just mapping out now where we can cut the parquet flooring, take all that up to give us an extra bit of space with that as well. I think that would be quite good. So don't worry, I'm not that crazy. I'm not doing anything with the floors. So the next stage that we need to do is, now we've got all the plasterboard up on the ceiling, we need to start mapping out the actual design that I want to create for it, really, to give us that two-stage ceiling. So I've got a roll of banqueting roll. This is obviously the largest that we've got because it's going to be 1 metre by 2 metres, this sort of internal ceiling that we're going to create. So this is obviously going to give me the enough space to mark that off. So all I'm going to do is I'll mark the actual size that I've got, the full size, which will be 1 metre by 2 metres, and then I'll find the centre point. So I'll do that horizontally and vertically within the box, and then at least that's going to separate the piece of paper into 4 sections. So I'll have 4 quarters on that, and then what that'll allow me to do is I can create a curved detail on one of the quarters, which then I can replicate for the other 3 quarters, and then at least all 4 of them will be identical, and it'll give us the same oval shape throughout the whole design, rather than trying to like match everything in. Obviously I haven't got a big enough curve to do the whole lot, to do a 2 metre curve. I just haven't got, and it's going to be quite difficult. So doing it this way, doing it as just a quarter, is sort of the easiest way, and at least then it's going to give us the same on all 4 sides. And what I'll do is, once I've got the actual shape, I'll fold the paper in half. I can draw it on the other side, fold it in half again, and then I can draw it on the other 2, and then voila, hopefully we'll have 4 curves all exactly the same. So I'm going to crack on with that now. Like I said, I've got a piece of old wood trunking that we took out. Because it's dead thin, obviously it can bend quite nice and easily. So I'm going to just put that on, give it the curve that I want for the design, and then fingers crossed it'll all work out. So I will crack on now.
This is unbelievable how quick this is actually coming together now. This room has just, it feels like just a couple of weeks ago it was just a shell, and now you can see it starting to come together and the magic's starting to happen. Everything's been filled in. Rob has done an unbelievable job in here. He wants it pristine and perfect, and that is exactly what it is, and he won't stop until it's like that, which is an amazing trait that he has. He just has the ability to actually just see these fine bits of detail. I don't see it. It just, for me, it looked fine anyway. It just needed a lick of paint. So it's a good job it's not me in charge right now. But as you were saying, we've got our design all mapped out. We know exactly what it's going to look like. Well, Terry does. It's in his head. It's not in my head. I haven't got a clue. I'm just going to be doing the jigsawing out and cutting the circles up there. Hopefully won't be going through any beams. Hopefully we just cut it right. We cut it in the right place, because to have to put all these plasterboards back up and get it all sorted is going to be an absolute nightmare, and it's not something I really want to do. So we'll get it cut out, and then you'll hopefully see where Terry's going with this idea now, because again, I still can't see in my head what it's going to look like, but it is going to be elegant, it's going to be exquisite, and it's going to add height to the room. This is what I'm being told, so you understand as well. It'll add height, and it'll add just a bit of drama to the room, which is exactly what Terry's looking for in here. This is going to be over the top and elaborate, this room, so it's exactly what we want. So let's crack on, see how it's going to go. Well, that's it done, and it was a little bit nerve-wracking for me, because again, like I say, I'm not intricate, and I'm not the gentle one with stuff like that. So to be able to see the shape come out of it and to see how good it looked, it was unbelievable. And now, like I say, what was in Terry's head is starting to come out of Terry's head now, and we can see what he was doing. We all thought he was completely mental when he wanted to remove beams. Like I say, I still think he's completely mental for wanting to remove beams, but he was right. We always trust him. We know that he's got the eye and it's in his head and he can see it all. So we're just so happy with how it's all panned out, and he's not done yet. it's going to go a lot further than this. It's going to look a lot more elaborate and intricate, and it's just going to be brilliant. But while they've been busy with that, I've been out here as well. Again, the lawn is looking incredible, and I mean completely incredible. We're so happy with how it's all panned out and how it's come along. Again, it was a rush to get it down because of the open day. We didn't know whether we'd messed it up, done it at the right time. But I think looking around the garden now, looking at how it's all going, it's starting to really come together, really. We're going to prune these cypress trees back because they're starting to get a little bit wavy, so we're going to get into all them and keep them in that beautiful shape that they're in as well. We're going to let them grow to about 10 to 12 foot, and that'll be the height and what we want coming down here. It'll be like a little alley walking down. But everything, we've de-weeded everything as well. Rob's been out here with me de-weeding. He does everything. He's a man of many talents, Rob. But he's been de-weeding out here, and everything has just settled in so well and completely unexpectedly as well. Like down in that corner there, we put a little eucalyptus in. You'll remember it going in, and I remember thinking, this is just, it's lost, it's out of place. Again, we trust the process. We know it's going to grow in time, but look at the size of this. And look at the size of our, I know they're not artichoke, I can't remember what they're called again. Terry might be able to remind me, but I can't remember what they're called. But look at the size of them as well. They are unbelievable. Like these were, literally, these were this big when we put them in. That was all that there was to them. Now look at that. It's absolutely incredible. And the smell of this is just so wonderful. When the wind rustles in the garden and when the wind comes around the garden, you can smell it everywhere. And again, just from one plant, the grasses and everything will fill out. Are these allium? No, they're not allium. These are, I can't remember the name of these again. I know them all because I've got them all saved on my app, but I just don't have to remember the names. What? Dahlias, that's the one. And dahlias. Dahlias, you can settle that argument. But they are, again, just look beautiful, and it's so nice to see bees and butterflies and everything just coming back into the garden and just making our garden even more beautiful for the long term. But the irrigation system's been working, like you can see, everything is so healthy and so happy, which is, again, this was a test for us because we didn't know how it was going to go, if the irrigation was going to work, whether we're going to have to spend days out here keeping on top of it. And it's just become such an easy maintenance job. It's once a week, come out and cut the grass, de-weed once a week, and that's it. It's really been such a pleasure to do. So we're really enjoying it right now. It's coming along everywhere. It's incredible, and like I say, we're so proud of everything that's happening. If you are enjoying it, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and make sure you click the bell for notifications, and we'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.
If you'd like to be part of our journey and help restore the chateau, then please join us on Patreon, where you'll be part of our journey, receive a piece of the history, and get exclusive videos.